Hello, my name is Jonisha King, and I'm here to talk to you about the religious expression case. I decided to use a case called Carsons versus Macon, 596 USA, established in 2022. So this case is brought to us by the family named Carsons and a few other families out of Maine, challenging the commissioners of Maine Education, A. Pender Macon, to get the funding for their scholars for private school. Maine's issue is that they do not fund non-secular education, so they are denying the funds for the students. The Carsons are arguing that the case that they are violating their First Amendment, and because of the lack of funding, they're suing in place of receiving the funding. So according to the Heritage Foundation, which is one of my references that I received the information, the court concluded that Maine could not prevent families from using otherwise generally available tuition assistance benefits at religious schools simply because the schools also provide religious instruction. The decision was supported by 4 other cases provided throughout the case. The case that had the most influence was the Trinity Lutheran Church of Columbia Incorporation versus Comer, which was established in 2017. So this case supported Carsons and families by providing them the foundation of denying educational entities that cannot be denied public funding based on religious status alone. So the denial had to be coupled with something, and in this case, the Carsons were getting denied because of the religious aspect of the education. So when I did a little research, I did not find any direct district policies per my district that establish this particular case or issue. The reason why I chose this type of case is because the state of Texas is in a position to where there was a bill that was passed. They're trying to get it passed where there's a voucher for education. And just like in Maine, the state is providing them a certain amount of money to pay for their schooling. So this is something that future-wise could be something that we face in a little while if it is passed. So I did not find any specific policies from my district, but I did find like a roundabout policy. One example being that the ethical standards of 3.4 located in the handbook is being that we do not have a specific policy, but we are arguing that there cannot be no discrimination that keeps scholars from receiving the education that they need in order to be successful. Although we did not have a policy per the district, I just created a policy for the state where we promote democracy and education. Institute cannot deny access to a state voucher advantage to a student based on race, color, gender, disability, national origin, religion, family status, or sexual orientation. So what this was is this policy provides an umbrella for all issues that may arise if the bill shall pass. There were a few steps that I thought should be in place in order to establish ground rules and to pretty much cover some issues that we might face. One, we should provide standards for all schools to eliminate discrimination for religious purposes. So what are the standards for a voucher receiver? 2, we should have clear educational guidelines that allow private organizations to be in regulations with the state and what they require for the outcome, as well as to not mix school and religion. We can also make sure that all funding is for educational purposes outside of religious education, if that makes sense. So Bible studies and teachings and all of those things cannot be covered with the funding. And then we provide legal outlines to ensure that fundings are not being used for religious purposes. The implementation of the laws and action steps will promote student success by providing them opportunities of learning experiences that differ from learning experiences. These action steps could also promote democracy by giving families a choice to choose an education, give students another opportunity to experience education outside of the public realm. So what does it look like privately to have private education? And also as a parent, give them the ease of choice for protection, because some public schools deal with a lot of riffraff and a lot of violence and things, and exposure to things that we typically don't want our child to be exposed to at a young age. And that's pretty much all that I have for this video. My name is Jonisha King again, and this is the Religious Expression Case Analysis. And thank you. Have a nice day.